Hello, Gemini. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. Happy birthday, Gemini. How are you? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I've got a couple of oracle decks we're going to look at. We're going to throw that down for the overall energy for the week ahead, and then I'm going to come back with some tarot. We're going to get some details on it. So, how's it going? How's the season for you so far, Gemini? Let's find out what's going on for you. Now, I am reading this on a Sunday night, and it's for the week ahead. So, if you get it real time on the Monday, it is for that week. For anyone else, if you are not here real time when I'm throwing these cards, then it is going to be, whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, it will could resonate for you. It's a general reading, by the way. And we're not all at the same place in our lives, so it can't resonate for all of you. Let's find out what's going on, Gemini. Tell me what's going on in Gemini season for our Gemmies. What's going on? We've got pleasure, enlightenment, and success. Oh, I like it. Oh, look, we have new beginnings. I like that. All right. So it looks like you're on some sort of a path, I want to say. You're on a path that I feel is leading to enlightenment. You might be spending a lot of time outside. We've got a boat. We've got a lot of vegetation here with the panther sitting in the darkness here, and then we have a deer on this path. We have outside here as well. It feels like maybe that being outside heals you. Maybe being amongst trees or paths, or maybe hiking or camping, or it feels like that maybe that might be the place, or traveling possibly. It might be the place where you find your you find your enlightenment. Let's just pull more cards here and find out what else is going on. Tell me more about pleasure, enlightenment. Oh, for some of you, you could be finding your enlightenment on a trip that you're taking, possibly. Success has got its eyes on you. So I feel like you're going to feel very successful by the end of the week. It feels like by the end of the week, going into the weekend, you're going to feel a lot more successful here. There is some sort of new beginning, or something possibly that maybe you're not expecting. I mean, we always do expect the sun to rise, right? But maybe you're not expecting a new beginning, possibly, because we have the panther sitting in the bushes waiting to pounce. So I feel like it's going to surprise you. That's what it feels like here. We do have receive pleasure. Oh, I like it. So I feel like it comes from a dream. Yeah, and again, it feels like we've got more earth stuff here. We've got a house on a hill. We've got water around mountains. It feels like that you will receive some sort of enlightenment from being either on a trip or being in nature, it feels like. Tell me about enlightenment. Tell me about enlightenment. Enlightenment gives us a barrier. So I feel like you'll be removing a barrier to your enlightenment here. I feel like you need to clear the mind or clear the air. We've got sky. It feels like you need to clear your mind, like what's at the top of your mind, or clear the air with somebody possibly. Tell me about success. Success, we have nourish. Okay, so it is nourishing the mind, nourishing the body. It does feel like whatever you're doing is going to make you feel better. Yeah. We've got relax. So I feel like it is something that you're doing in order to relax. It feels like that's where you're going to get your enlightenment. But it does feel like you're either traveling, you're on a trip, maybe something that's relaxing, or you are going to be camping or something of the sort, something like that. Let's find out what else is going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Gemini, if you are interested in a private read, I am still doing them. They are open right now. You can either get a live reading with me for 75% off for an introductory, or you can get a pre-recorded reading. It is up to you, my friend. Let's find out what's going on for you, Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about receiving pleasure. What else do we need to know about this? Oh, good. We've got the King of Wands. So it does feel like it's something that you're motivated to do, something that you're moving forward in. It feels like you are, I want to say with pleasure looks like it's all earth energy, right? So it looks like things are maybe slowing down for you a little bit. Maybe that's what you're receiving, because the King of Wands is moving quickly. So looking into the past, that maybe in the past your life has been very busy. I feel like things maybe are about to slow down just a little bit. Moving really quickly might be the barrier to your enlightenment, because listen, that's what the Matrix is for. Your job, your school, whatever you do that you're stuck to your phone, whatever it is, you're meant to be kept distracted so you do not receive your enlightenment. The world is meant to distract us. And so I feel like that's what the barrier could be. So whatever it is that you've been doing, moving around, doing a lot of things, going from place to place to place, from the breakfast meeting to the lunch meeting to the next meeting, like it feels like the next class to the next class. So the enlightenment comes. I like that. The Page of Swords is the one who is ready and willing to be enlightened, right? The Page of Swords is the one that is malleable. The mind is malleable. I'm ready to receive information. I'm ready to consider everything. I'll make my decisions later, but I'm ready to consider everything, because that's somebody who's the student, right? And all the pages are students, but this particular page is what is going on in the mind. And it feels like this Page of Swords is going, wow, what's this, right? So when the sword is in the air, it's like, I got something to say, or it's a triumphant moment of clarity. So I feel like you are, with this enlightenment, removing some sort of barrier, and you're coming to this enlightenment here. And this person is not necessarily on a mountain, but they're standing on this raised energy here, this raised ground. So I want to say that you're seeing something clearer from the point of the clouds. That's what it looks like here. Tell me about success. We've got justice, and I think that that's really beautiful. So justice is here. Something is coming into balance, or something here is being restored or being made right. So I feel like you are going to feel at the end of the week quite successful in nourishing the body, nourishing the self, nourishing a relationship, a friendship, whatever it is. Something is coming into balance for you here, Gemini. It might be a thought pattern for some of you. Tell me more about Gemini. Please tell me about this King of Wands. I feel like you're slowing things down. And when you slow down, when you can hear the self, the higher self, I feel like it's not only pleasure that you receive, but I feel like you receive enlightenment too. We do have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I feel like the King of Wands energy has left you in this Eight of Swords energy. I really feel like the King of Wands energy it feels like, Gemini, that you've been trying to keep yourself busy, or keep your mind busy, or keep your life busy, because there's something here that you don't want to think about. I think it's something that's been really hard for you to think about. We've got the Eight of Swords, and when you're busy here, when you are busy with the King of Wands energy, you don't have to feel like you're stuck in the mind. You don't have to feel like you're stuck on one subject or one thing that you've been thinking about over and over and over again. So we've got the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands. I'm going to say, Gem, that you are right on the precipice of having some sort of realization, or no longer feeling under pressure with thoughts, waking up in the middle of the night. I feel like your sleep pattern gets better. I feel like things need to slow down, including your mind. It feels like with the Nine of Swords that you are remembering things from the past that stress you out just a little bit. You're looking too far into the future. The future hasn't happened yet. I feel like it's a lot of thinking is what it feels like. It's a lot of thinking, and it's a lot of worry. I feel like there's something here that you need to lay to rest. It feels like something that you need to give up or release. Like the universe is saying, look, it's time to go on a different path. It's time for you to make a decision to wake up. Wake up here. It feels like it's time for you to leave the old in the grave, and it's time for you to wake up and move forward with the new. Now, I think that's why the Page of Swords is here, because I feel like somewhere along the week, next week, you're going to wake up one morning and you'll be like, yeah, I have to let that thing go. I have to work on thinking more positive, looking at things more positive, journaling positive things. I feel like there's something here that's really bearing down on you or holding you down in a negative energy. But the nines tell me that it's right around the corner from either you feeling a little bit lighter. I'm not saying it's going to end, but feeling a little bit lighter, because we have the Nine of Wands with the King of Wands, and the nines are all about being resilient and waiting until the end of the cycle. And we've got 9 and 1 in the hand of the king is 10. That means you can release that. You can stop feeling pressure. I feel like you're going to have to do it by getting out into nature, though, quite honestly. Maybe do more walking, maybe get more out in nature. But we also do have the Nine of Swords here, and the 1 is being held by the Page. So it feels like there's something here, an enlightenment stage, and that you realize that you've got to get more stable of the mind, it feels like here. You've got to consider things you wouldn't have considered before, and that's what becomes the enlightenment. That's what removes the barrier, because I think the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands are the barrier at this time. We do have the sun. Yeah, it's a breakthrough, friend. I feel like you're going to get some relief. You're going to get some relief in the thoughts, relief in the mind. I feel like you've been stuck. These 2 swords here tell me that you've been stuck in possible heartache, right? 1, 2, 3 swords. So it could be something that was heartbreaking or disappointing that you're trying to digest, I'm going to say. It does feel like you've probably been rejecting conversations or rejecting, like maybe friends are trying to say to you, come on out, let's go out, let's get out into nature, and I feel like you've sort of been rejecting that because I feel like you've been dealing with a very aggressive thought pattern that you've been trying to release. I feel like the sun is here, and when the sun is here, things start to heal. They start to repair. We start to grow. We start to see our own patterns, right? Everything under the sun you can see clearly. So I feel like you are seeing something here, and I think that you're going to see the sun is giving you the breakthrough with the 4 of Cups here. That possibly people have been trying to offer you love, offer you kindness, and I think that you've been rejecting them only because this is what you're going through. You're going through some sort of aggressive thought pattern that you're trying to get rid of here. So it feels like you've been stuck here for a little bit, but I also feel like probably midweek is where you get the enlightenment that you have been the barrier to your happiness. And I really feel like you're dealing with something. I feel like whatever it is, it's heavy and it's hard and you're trying to work through something mentally. But I feel like you come to this place of awakening or realization that people are trying to get into your life to help you, and that you've got to take the offer that people are giving you, because otherwise you just get to stay stuck in your head. So I feel like closer to the end of the week, we have justice here. Something is being made right. You get more into balance mentally, possibly. There could be something legal going on in your life that you might get the answer to, but it feels like whatever it is successful. You're successful in balancing the mind, restoring your faith, restoring whatever it is that, restoring nourishment, right? Maybe you're eating better. Maybe you're sleeping better. Tell me about justice. We've got the 3 of Swords. Yeah, I called out the 3 of Swords, right? 1, 2, 3. And so it feels like there has been a major shift in your life. It feels like there's been a major door that has closed. A chapter of your life has closed, and I don't think you were prepared for it because the Chariot is here. So whatever it was, I feel like, or whatever it is that you're going through, I feel like you weren't prepared, and that's why the 3 of Swords is here. I feel like by the end of the week next week, I feel like you're starting to feel a little more in balance, a little more stable. You're starting to digest. This new beginning is here because the World card is here. And we never know that when we're putting this down. We never know the World card is going to show up, but the universe does, because these are universal cards, right? So the World card tells me that it was a chapter that ended. You had no control over it because the Chariot is here. It happened quickly, and there was nothing that you could do but it broke your heart, or it made you feel as though, yeah, you had no control over this thing that was hard for you to digest. It does feel like it is, yeah, hardship, heartbreak, disappointment of some sort. I'm going to go into the extension. I've been extending these readings all week, and you guys seem to like it, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put down 3 more cards. We're going to read a little bit more here, and then we're going to go into the extension. If you want to be in the extension to see all of my extendeds for one low monthly price, then please look in the pinned comment below this video, and it's just below all of the private reading information, the last link in the pinned comment, and come on over to the membership area. All right, sorry, my brains are on hold today for some reason. I think it's my allergies. All right, so we have the 7 of Cups in the reverse. We have the 7 of Swords, and we have the Page of Cups. So the 7 of Cups in the reverse to me is there's something that you're gaining clarity about. You're no longer confused about it. And although it is an emotional situation that I think has really hurt you or broken your heart, something you had no control over, I feel like the 7 of Cups in the reverse is telling me that going into the week ahead, or at the end of the week, or maybe even further to that, this could be further to that it feels like, it feels like the clouds start to part and the sun starts to shine through. You start to get a breakthrough. You're not as confused. You're not as emotionally overwhelmed as you were overwhelmed before. We do have the 7 of Swords, and it does make me feel like for some of you, we could be talking about a child. The Page of Cups is here. It could be a water sign child, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. It feels like there is something that you feel has not gotten the attention or the justice that it needs. You feel like somebody's trying to get away with something here. The Seven of Swords is here. It feels like whatever it was that somebody is trying to get away with, it broke your heart. It could be a child, an adult child. It could be something about the adult child. It doesn't have to be a child at all. It could be something that has to do with someone you just began dating. It's someone that you know. It's someone that you know that maybe you have starting to have feelings for. It feels like you have affection for them. So if you have affection for them, it could be a friend. It could be somebody that you know at work. So take it as it resonates in your own life. But we do have two swords here. It feels like a decision has been made that you're not happy with. And it feels like the Three of Swords that broke your heart. It feels like you didn't have any choice in this. And you thought that you should have had choice in this. And so you haven't had any choice in this. And that's what bothers you. It came as a shocking surprise. All of this shocked you, came as a surprise. And now it's like out of your hands and it's in the hands of justice. And you're like, I don't like the answer. So we're going to talk about all of this. We're going to talk about especially what this is here, because I feel like it's really got you stuck in your mind in the middle of the week. I'm going to find out what this is all about here. I feel like the nines tell me that you're going to be dropping all of this soon. So, and not completely, but I think that you're starting a new day. You've decided, you know what, I'm just going to watch the sunrise and I'm going to take it day by day is what it feels like. It feels like you've got to relax. Your intuition is telling you already, you've got to relax. And you've got to create balance in your life, my friend. You've got to create more balance. And the only way you're going to do it is if you can relax the inner self. It takes more meditation. It takes more prayer. Whatever it is that you do, because it feels like you're going to have to revisit this. It feels like you're supposed to be prepared that you're going to have to revisit this for some reason. And it could be for some of you legal reasons, but it could be something you can't stop thinking about. All right, I'm going to go and clarify this. If you want to be there, then please look in the pinned comment. I'll be back because I'm always back. Thank you so much, Gemini, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now. You guys take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.